Hey, good morning. Good Sunday morning. It's November 23rd. Guys, it's almost Thanksgiving. I don't know where I feel like we just started the season and we're weeks into the NFL season. Um, it's crazy. What are we in week 12? We're
It's
in week
crazy.
12 of the season already. I don't know
That's
where the
nuts,
time goes.
man.
I don't know where the time goes. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show. I am your host. I'm Chad Bryant. And with me, as always, I've got Ryan Mosser, TK Dandridge with me. I am doing too many things at once. Guys, how you doing this morning?
Doing good, man. Ready for some football.
Ready for some football.
Whether it's good or bad, I guess.
I was going to say Browns football or just football in general, because it was kind of nice having that afternoon. So you got to watch some actual good games to start with last week. That was nice.
Right.
TK, how you doing, man? How was your week?
Oh, doing all right, man. It went by just fine. Looking forward to another confusing week of NFL football, to say the least.
Yeah. I feel like every time, it's like every time that there's I don't want to say stone cold lead pipe thing, because that's a thing. But every time I feel like there's a lock, there's a game that I know how it's going to go, and we pick it, and we all three agree, it goes the complete opposite direction.
What's up with that?
I don't know. The NFL has been really, really weird, and I guess that's what the NFL wants, right? It's a league that's kind of built for parity. It's a league that's built for teams to not be down for 23 out of 26 seasons. I don't know what the Browns are doing, but I mean, it's a quick comeback league, right? Like, you can get a couple of decent draft picks. The cap is reasonable. I mean, everybody. I mean, the NFL. I feel like NFL teams print money, right? It's just a really well run league. I mean, whether you love the administration or not, it's a well run league, and it I don't know. It's just it seems to be. I don't know. They just have a thing. I mean, I know baseball. Everybody gets mad at the Dodgers. They've won 2 in a row. I get it. They've gone back to back or whatever, and they have almost $1 billion payroll. But we've seen small market teams in baseball compete and get to the World Series. I mean, look, the Guardians have done it. The Tampa Bay Rays have done it. But I feel like the NFL is kind of like, I don't know. You don't really have like huge market, small. But you've got the salary cap, which is nice. I don't know if baseball needs a salary cap. I think they need a salary floor. Maybe.
I think they do.
I mean, maybe we need to require some of these teams to at least, feign being competitive. Whatever. That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the Cleveland Browns. And real quick before we get started, continued prayers. Wow, words are tough. For former Browns quarterback Bernie Kosar, obviously going through a few different surgeries, some health, scares, health problems, whatever you want to say. He's had some procedures done, so just shout out to Bernie, and we hope he's doing well. I wanted to say that before we get started. So what do we have today, guys? We have the Browns at the Raiders. We got a 4:05 kickoff. A little bit later, we'll go around the NFL. We'll take a look. We've got no international game this week. That's weird. Pawning off the worst teams in our league on any random countries or cities across the
last few international games were horrible.
Yeah, they've been pretty bad. We've sent some really rough teams over there, man. Or just anywhere. It's not great. So anyway, Shedeur Sanders will make his first career start. He becomes the 42nd starting quarterback for the Browns since 1999. 26 seasons, 42 starting quarterbacks. I don't even know really what to say. I don't know. I guess 42 quarterbacks is what it is, right? It's but I think there's good news a little bit. Okay, he was obviously a 5th-round draft pick out of Colorado. Because I don't know, TK, you and I had talked about this a little bit yesterday. I don't know, Ryan, have you seen the movie The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by chance?
Like 15 years ago, but yes.
Okay, it's been a while. Okay, it's been a while for me too. I don't know if you remember, but if you remember in that movie, the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything was the number 42.
Okay.
Here we are.
Yeah.
We are on starting quarterback number 42. Guys, we made it. This is it. This is the beginning of like the next chapter of Browns football, right? It's going to be Shedeur Sanders. He's the guy, right? Tell me something good. Oh, man. No one knew what the actual question was until now, but now we know. It's which Browns starting quarterback will turn the franchise around. That's the guide, or that's the answer to everything. So I don't know, but seriously, I mean, what do you really expect from Sanders if he goes into a start against the 2-8 Raiders? I mean, listen. The Browns defense should eat today, right? They should do some things. Geno Smith has been not good for the Raiders. He hasn't looked good at all. I said it a couple weeks ago. It looks like he's playing Madden with the controller upside down in his hands. It's just like he's doing some things where I'm like, what? You fell off this much in 1 year. Ryan, I mean, what do you expect from Shedeur Sanders? I mean, I don't know. I mean, just him personally today. We'll talk about the game plan a little bit later and how the offense might look. But do you expect him to be poised, ready to go? Maybe some delay a game stuff. I mean, where just in the middle of that? I mean, where do you expect him to be? I guess mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever. I don't know.
I don't really know. I mean, this is the clear next step in evaluation of these rookie quarterbacks. We 100% know what kind of quarterback Dylan Gabriel is on this team. Here's a hint. Yeah. He's not good. He sucks. I'm not sure if Shedeur is going to be a good starting NFL quarterback. I will say that I'm very grateful that the Browns did not take him second overall, which a lot of Browns fans wanted and actually went after me for saying that he wasn't a first-round quarterback. But in the 5th round, hell yes, I will take him in the 5th round. Honestly, I think that, his historic fall may have humbled him a bit. He took a huge load off of his shoulders and replaced it with an even bigger chip. He has a lot going against him. The Browns currently have the 31st worst offense in the NFL. Not all of that is on the quarterback. They also have the 30th worst offensive line and the 26th worst receiver room in the NFL so far. That being said, it's his time to show what he can do. Dylan Gabriel had to face the same setbacks, and, he was incredibly subpar. I'm not going to make excuses for Shedeur here and act like Dylan Gabriel didn't face the same problems to fit my narrative. Shedeur can be a good NFL quarterback. He just needs to stay true to himself, play clear-headed, despite the awfulness in the offense surrounding him. I'm so excited to be on, this next step of where we are with the future quarterback in these 2025 rookies. Wouldn't it be nice, if he was able to be those, the guy, and, we can use those complimentary picks, for other pieces next year instead of a quarterback. I'm not sure if we have a lot of time in the season so far for the front office to properly evaluate him as a starter to make that decision. But man, it would be awesome if Shedeur could go out there and throw a wrench into their plans by playing significantly better than last week and for the rest of the season. In the words of the little dude from the Angels in the Outfield, it could happen. So
I love it. It could happen. Why not? Let's be optimistic, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to look at some numbers because last week, and there was a funny post on Facebook. There was a funny graphic. I guess it was a tweet that was turned into a Facebook post. But listen, 13.5 quarterback rating last week. It wasn't good. But you do have to, I think, take that with a grain of salt. I mean, just thrown in there unexpectedly. Hadn't really gotten any run with the ones in practice at all. Allegedly, supposedly, whatever. We don't know. I'm not in Berea watching practice, but it sounds like, a couple of offensive linemen had kind of alluded to the fact it was the first time they had even heard Shedeur Sanders' cadence. Yeah. So listen, if you know anything, if you've ever played football, it's 11 guys working in unison, right? To do something. And when you've got one guy out there that's never worked with 10 other guys, it's going to be difficult. It's going to look bad. Especially in a game against the defense, like the Ravens defense had been so good coming in. Not exactly sure what people expected. I mean, it was crazy. After 16 passes in the NFL, people are ready to jump on Sanders and call him a bust, while simultaneously saying that, Dylan Gabriel just needs time to develop. Does Sanders not need time to develop? I mean, did we expect him? I don't know, whatever. The funniest part of that post that I saw, that tweet, was that if he had just taken a snap and thrown the ball into the dirt 25 times, he would have had a better quarterback rating than the one he ended up with. And that's funny. It is crazy. But TK, do you think that matters? I mean, obviously there's nowhere to go but up, right? He's not. Wait, I don't want to say he's not. Please tell me he probably won't be worse than a 13.5 quarterback rating today, right, TK?
If he is worse than what he was last week, this will be his first and only start of his career in the NFL. Yeah. I want everybody to be perfectly crystal clear about the situation. He cannot fail against the Raiders today. There is no way that he goes into Allegiant Stadium and lays another egg like he did last week in the Baltimore game. I do understand it was his first meaningful snaps of the season. Things weren't as cohesive as what they needed to be. The offensive line have never heard his voice, things of that nature. We still have the worst receiving core that God has given us within the last quarter century. But at the same time, it's like, listen, son, you already have a man ahead of you. Granted, is he better than you? Time will surely tell that, because right now we don't have much information of whether or not they are better or not. Because we can do all the box scoring watching that we want. That's not going to tell the complete story, and we know that. Shador has absolutely no choice but to put forth a very good performance. And by very good, he must have over 200 yards. I do believe that he's going to have to toss up a couple of TDs. You're going to have to find the strength within you to figure out which one of these poop putts is going to be your scores for this game. And at the same time, son, you can't let the pressure get to you. Because like I just said before, this could very well be your first and only start in the NFL. These owners will do anything and everything to make sure that they don't have to see your black behind smiling, throwing up your wrists, and having all sorts of fun against their football team. And they will make sure that you know that is their mission as well. So, young man, you have absolutely no choice but to go out there, get it done, and to get a W. I hate that it has to be this way, but that's what it is at this point, sir.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that is where we're at. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday on Legal Formation. I mean, let the kid have fun, man. Who cares about celebrations? I know we've also talked about the other side of it, where when a quarterback throws a ball 20 yards over a receiver's head and the entire defensive backfield dances, puts the sword away or whatever. Okay, take it easy, right? Like, make a play. But, I mean, if you're going to celebrate a play, I mean, if you throw a touchdown pass, let him have fun, man. And TK, I said it yesterday on the show. People always say, act like you've been there before. I don't know, man. Act like you might never be there again, because this stuff's supposed to be fun, right? Like college football, pro football, you have a very limited shelf life. Let these guys have fun, man. Why are we worried about celebrations and who's doing what? Again, within reason, like if you throw a touchdown pass, score a touchdown, whatever it is, yeah, have some fun, have a great time. Maybe if a quarterback throws, like Dylan Gabriel throws a 5-yard pass into the flats and he throws it 20 yards out of bounds, I don't really need to see the whole defense dancing on that. That's a little bit different. Ryan, let me ask you this. What if Sanders plays well today? Is that the absolute end of the line for Dylan Gabriel? Or, I mean, is it kind of a game by game basis? Is it a couple of weeks by couple? I mean, how do we assess that? I mean, let's say, for instance, it's the Raiders. They're 2-8. It's fine. Shador goes out and throws for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns, and they win the game. And then next year, okay, we're done. We're just not playing until next year. Next week against the 49ers, he comes out, he goes, 9 of 26 and throws 3 picks. And, are we back to Dylan Gabriel? Do we move on to Bailey Zappi? I mean, where do we go? And what does that look like? I don't know, like, just how do we assess him? If he comes out and plays well this week, are we done with Dylan Gabriel? Do we move on? 3rd round pick, right? You're not really that attached to him. Right. What do we do?
I mean, injuries aside, I do really hope so. This team has struggled to do anything offensively all season. So logically, if Sanders plays well, he should remain the starter for the remainder of the season. Hopefully he does play so well that he remains the starter for the next 15 years. It's up to Shador to throw a wrench into these plans that blew him up. NFL Network's Mike Garafolo tweeted out on Friday that Kevin Stefanski was asked if Dylan Gabriel is at a concussion protocol and ready to play. Stefanski answered with, quote, "Not yet, but he's doing great." Then went on to say that Gabriel will start again when healthy. It sounds like Kevin Stefanski, who, I mean, is a moron and, a poor decision maker, by the way, has already made his decision. It's up for Shador to change this predetermination by slinging all over the field this week with confidence and poise. If Shador rallies, all the fans due to his – I'm sorry. If Shador rallies all the fans due to his on-the-field play, then we demand that he starts. Eventually, our voices will be so loud that a change of quarterback will be undeniable. And then earlier you talked about just like none of the, some of the offensive linemen is not having any snaps with any cadences. That does, I'm going to go back to that real quick. That does have me concerned a bit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that it can be common practice to not give a backup a ton of snaps because you're trying to get the starter ready. And it's the job of the backup quarterback to be ready at any moment. I get that. Mm-hmm. But, I'm here to tell you that's dumb. That's really dumb. Especially when your starting quarterback and backup quarterback are both rookies.
Yeah.
I've said it time and time again on this show, but this, the mismanaging of the quarterback position has been egregious this year by Kevin Stefanski. In training camp, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, they both all got all the reps. Then they traded Pickett away, and then Gabriel came in to be the backup quarterback. Then it was announced that, since he's the quarterback, he'll start getting reps with the starters in case Flacco went down. Mm-hmm. Flacco was traded to the Bengals, and then Shedeur was deemed a backup actually since week 5. So you're telling me that Shedeur Sanders was the backup quarterback for 5 games and a bye week and didn't see any single snaps with the starting offensive lineman. But Dylan Gabriel was, seeing backup quarterback snaps with the starting offensive line since the beginning of the season after we traded away Pickett. I mean, that does not make sense in the slightest. I'm not saying they're intentionally sabotaging Shedeur Sanders. I'm not saying that's dumb, but they're clearly mismanaging him and this entire quarterback position on a embarrassing level, but what's new? And one other thing, I am loving Shedeur's approach to this week. I mentioned this on my podcast, The Voice of the Land, with my co-host Kevin Arnold. But Shedeur was talking to the media this week, and he said, quote, "I know all of our fans have a lot of expectations and hope. I would be doing a disservice to myself and a disservice to this organization if I didn't feel like I am the guy. I did everything I need to. I'm doing everything I need to prepare. To be honest, the best version of myself as possible with the circumstances, everything that has got to be sped up, and that's great. I liked pressure in life. I'm just excited for everything. So I feel like I'm the guy. I know I'm the guy, but you'll just have to be able to see the game has got to speak." I love that. Even when it fails, I love his mentality that, this guy is looking to turn the franchise around. Like, please, God, make this so. Like, yeah. And the fact that he said, I have to speak, the game's got to speak for itself. He believes in himself, but he's saying that he's got to prove it, which is just the next step. So,
yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, you got to love the confidence, right? Do we know, has Kevin Stefanski said his name yet? Publicly?
I don't know.
It's such a weird.
Gosh,
what is that about? How do you even begin to explain that situation? Why does the head coach of an NFL football team not say the name of the backup quarterback, of now the starting quarterback? Why? How are we in this situation? How is it just a Browns thing to constantly have that position mismanaged? It doesn't matter who the head coach is. It's been mismanaged since 1999 when they came back. I mean, we've had a season or two where you had Derek Anderson. It was I think it was an alternate for the Pro Bowler one year. Baker Mayfield had a nice season. They went to the playoffs. They beat the Steelers. They almost beat the Chiefs. You've had some, Henne. Yeah, right. Chad Henne. Quarterbacks win games, right? Chad Henne. But yeah, you've had some nice quarterback seasons here and there. You've had some success. Nothing sustained, nothing that even begins to approach sustained. TK, I'm going to get your take on it real quick, but right now I'm going to get Double A's take. Double A, he talked about Shedeur Sanders a little bit. I want to get his take on this and just kind of see how he thinks this could go, because like we said, this could be his one and only start. I think Double A agrees. Let's get Double A's take quick.
Good Sunday morning, everybody, and happy Shedeur Sanders Sunday. And I say that knowing that there's a lot of weight to what this means. We all know that this team, front office and, Kevin Stefanski, they love Dylan Gabriel. And we know that unless something big happens, this may be Shedeur Sanders' only shot at this. And this is very true. This is his only shot to turn everything around. We know that there's various limitations with Dylan Gabriel. So there are fans who have been waiting for this day, waiting for this opportunity for Shedeur to finally get those first team reps, to finally get those first team snaps, to finally work with the ones, to finally be able to work with the coaching staff and have that tablet with him at all times, which he has, as our various local and national reporters have said all week, that he's been pretty much following Kevin Stefanski and attending every single meeting this week. But he really is only going to get one shot at this. One shot for it all. Not only does he have to look okay. Okay ain't good enough. He has to look outstanding. He has to steal national headlines in a positive way. In a way that forces Kevin Stefanski in the front office to say, hey, you know what? Maybe we don't need to use a first-round draft pick on a quarterback next year. Maybe we can improve the offensive line and add a receiver to the core. But this team needs, they need a quarterback. They need a franchise quarterback, They need somebody who can be a downfield deep ball threat. And somebody who can operate a professional-looking offense. Could it be Shedeur? Could this finally be a sneaky fantasy football play for Jerry Jeudy? Downfield threat. Jameis. Could it be? I don't know. But what Browns fans are hoping for, what I'm hoping for, is that not only Shedeur Sanders and this Browns offense can deliver a W, but Shedeur Sanders can own the starting franchise job for the Cleveland Browns. He has one shot to do it, and today is that day in Las Vegas.
Double A, thanks, man. Yeah, Anthony Alford's take. Ryan, I'm sorry, as I knocked my desk over here. Just an earthquake. It's fine on my end. I'm totally fine. I was standing in the doorway. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry, Ryan.
I was just quitting Eminem. Sorry. One shot, one opportunity.
That's it, man. He's B Rabbit today. You know what I mean? He's got to go out there and he's got to be hot on the mic, right? Like, sorry, man. Tell these people something they don't know about me. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I do feel like he's going to have to play so above and beyond expectations to keep the starting job. I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that that's the way that it necessarily should be going into today. I don't think that's how we should think. I think we should all go in with an open mind. Our head coach, our fans, the team, everybody. I feel like we should just be like, hey, let's take a look. We've gotten a look at Dylan Gabriel. Wasn't good. Barely approached below average, to be honest with you. Wasn't even average. So I think that everybody should have an open mind about. I thought Shedeur. I thought he showed some flashes last week. He made a couple of nice throws. I get it. 4 of 16. It's not good. But again, we talked about it. It's the first time playing with the ones. You're developing 2 rookie quarterbacks at the same time. I feel like it's absurd. When Jameis Winston is your backup quarterback, that's when the backup doesn't get run with the ones, right? When you've got a guy who's been around the league, who knows every single offense there is to know in the league, who is a huge fan of snow and everything fun. I think that's when you give a guy the second team reps, and you know that he can study. He's going to be able to look at the playbook, know how to be ready, know how to prepare. When you've got 2 rookies, a 3rd and a 5th round pick, I feel like you need to give those guys at your 1 and 2 spots, by the way, at quarterback, not 3 and 4, whatever. I think you got to give those guys time. They both need time with the starting offense. I mean, you've got to, I don't know, again, mismanaged to the worst possible degree. Yeah. It's just awful. And by the way, we've got some people watching. I'm doing something new. We're going to do something new. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to predict the score with us at the end of the game. Hopefully we'll be able to not have to go so quickly. And listen, if you pick the score correctly, we want you guys, let's have you join a segment on our show, on next week's show. If you pick the score and the winner correctly, let's get you on a segment for the show. We can, you can go live. It can be like Double A's take, but it can be, viewer X's take, right? So pay attention for that. We want you to stick with us till the end of the show. And we do our score prediction. Again, you can have a chance to be on the show with us. Anyway, TK, I want to get kind of like your take on this. I mean, how do you feel about going forward? Are we even mentioning Bailey Zappi's name? Because I keep hearing his name come up as if Sanders doesn't play well, you move on from both these guys, you trash the experiment, you go to Bailey Zappi, and you get what you get for the last, 5-6 games, whatever. how do you feel about this? I mean, do they go back to Gabriel if Sanders doesn't play well? What do they do? I mean, what in your mind, what should they do?
To be honest, the only two quarterbacks that matter on this roster are Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
As much respect as I do have for what Bailey Zappi has been able to do so far in his NFL career, had a couple really good moments in New England while filling in for McCorville Jones. At this point in time, nobody in the city or the fan base or in the world right now should give a damn about what the hell Bailey Zappi has going on as far as him getting on the field.
What about Bailey Zappi's family, though? They should care, right?
They don't even give a damn. Like, son, just make the NFL check, send us some bread back whenever you can. Just, don't screw nothing up. Don't go out there crashing out. But anyway, and it goes double for Deshaun Watson. Done. Do not need him on this roster next year. Do not care what the dead cap hit is. You guys were more than likely going to do something stupid with the remainder of that money anyway, especially if we're thinking about keeping the same regime that we have now. You guys are more than likely going to do something idiotic that wasn't going to matter anyway. So, yeah, get rid of him next year. As far as these young guys go, if Shedeur Sanders wets the bed today in Vegas, you have one of two options. You sit the kid back on the pine and get Dylan back in there as soon as you can, or you leave all 53 of those fools and the coaching staff in Las Vegas and just say to hell with it. Let's go ahead and start over. Let's do something different. Maybe we won't come back as soon. Maybe we'll wait about 10 to 15 years, make sure all the air in Cleveland isn't cursed anymore so that we don't have to do this 25, 30-year stint of absolute crap that makes no damn sense whatsoever.
None.
But yeah, if he does play well today, this should definitely open the door for him not only playing the 49ers next week. This should go on for the rest of the season. You need to see what it is that you have in both guys. I think you've gotten a pretty crystal clear view of what Dylan Gabriel is. As much as I hate to put that errant screen pass against the Jets on him, and that god-awful deep ball against the New England Patriots, surprisingly AFC teams where he plays the worst against. This is exactly what we're looking at. Son, you can't throw a damn screen 20 feet above your 5'11" receiver's head. You can't, use all of your willpower to throw a ball that only travels 45, 50 yards, and it doesn't make its way to the receiver. It lands straight in the DB's hands. Jalen Hawkins made a hell of an interception that play. That's one pick that I probably won't forget as long as I live. But yeah, I think the message is simple. Shedeur, if you light it up today, congratulations, son. You owned another week. If not, you back here on the pine with me, you may never see the field ever again, sir. It's really that simple. I'm sure he knows that.
Yeah, I hate that it comes to that. And I hope we don't have the opposite where he plays really well and then also gets benched. Like that would be. I think you might have. It could be a reality. And what's so weird is the fans, and we'll talk about it later, the fans seem to be against him no matter what. Some fans, not all fans. There are certain fans out there that just are dead set on seeing him fail, no matter what. That they almost took joy in the numbers from Sunday's Ravens game. And I don't understand that. We'll get to that later. What I do want to ask you this. You guys ever, you get ready to go somewhere and you want to make an impression, right? Let's say you're going to Las Vegas, right? Go to Vegas for a weekend trip. And you go to put on your favorite outfit and you realize it's not clean, right? You got nothing to wear. So instead you have to throw on your white shirt, your orange pants, and your white helmet. That's what you have to wear to Vegas. That's what the Browns are going to wear. They're going to wear their white helmets today. I always have to wear my white helmet when my laundry's not done. It's embarrassing. I don't know. Well, anyway, what's your thought on the uniform? And first of all, just give me your thoughts on white jersey, orange pants, white helmet. TK, how do you feel about this uniform combo?
I'm not going to lie. I saw the preview of this look. I was a little bit turned off a little bit. I don't think the white helmet correlates very well with the orange pants. I just think they try to take a classic look and, try to bring it up into the next generation. I do respect the attempt, just not something that I would personally lead with. It's a lot like the doo-doo brown jerseys that we wore against the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins. Granted, we won both of those games.
Yeah.
Wearing those shit brown duds. But
the dude wipes unis, yeah, those are the dude wipes, yeah.
yeah, those dude wipes, sponsored ass damn duds. But anyway, me personally, I didn't think it was the best approach. I definitely would have went with the classic. Definitely would have brought out the orange helmet today, but yeah, it's neither here nor there. But it could be a lot worse. That's what I'm saying.
It could be worse. I had a freshman basketball coach in high school that used to say we had to wear a shirt and tie on the days of games, right, to school, and he used to say, "Look good, feel good, play good." And I think it's kind of thing, right? It does. If you feel good out there, I feel like you feel like you look good. You're gonna you feel a little better. I know it's a weird thing, but it's a psychological thing, and I think it is true. Yeah,
absolutely true.
I mean, could it? Listen, we all agree the Browns aren't trying to undermine Shedeur Sanders, but it's like, why his first start? Like, why the white helmet? Ryan, how do you feel about the white helmets today?
I like it. I mean, we usually watch the Browns lose regardless, so why not see them look a little good while they lose. I like the white helmets. I think it looks really good, especially with the white jersey and pants. They're not doing that today, but whatever. Will the players look good in them? To be determined. But as Chad said, the saying "look good, feel good, play good" is a real thing. I believe that too. You never know. Maybe they can gain a little bit of swag with these uniforms. I promise I'll never use the word swag again either. So.
You just did, though.
Again, after this point.
Okay, now we're done. After twice, that's it. No more. Ryan won't say that again. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things I feel like if they do win, I feel like you'll have fans clamor. Like every time they have an away game, the fans, people will be clamoring for the white helmets. And they'll probably never wear them again. I mean, at least not this season. They probably won't wear them again. So whatever. It's kind of a novelty thing. I don't know why the trip to Vegas, it's like 2 and 8 teams going at each other. Let's showcase an alternate uniform. You know what I mean? Like just put your helmets on and go out there and play, please. Whatever. It's fine. I don't mind alternate uniforms. What are your guys' TK? What's your favorite uniform combo that the Browns have worn? Do you have a favorite or?
By far the favorite uniform combo that I have, obviously the classic orange helmet. The brown top with the orange pants is always going to be classic for me. It's always going to be a quintessential fit. There's so many memories with this fit. Obviously, you think immediately of the 1980 Cleveland Browns, the Cardiac Kids, Brian Stipe winning the MVP in 1980, throwing for a franchise record 30 touchdown passes, and obviously losing the ball-breaking playoff game against the Raiders, 14-12 in a very hell froze over type of situation. Brian Stipe throws the pick in the end zone, targeting Ozzie Newsome. Mike Davis comes up with the play to win the game. I just think it's very crispy. It's very clean as far as the socks goes. You can either go with the brown striped socks with the orange and white on them, or you can go all brown and just, go with the white socks, either the short, the medium, the mid, or highs. But, definitely anything with those orange pants. Obviously, the orange lid with the white top and the orange pants is also classic as well. I also love the brown socks being donned with those as well. Also with the black and orange cleats. Definitely a classic look, a sophisticated look. I definitely believe that we have one of the top 5 uniform combos in the NFL. Those would be my 2 personal favorites. Anything including those orange pants is going to be money.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the orange pants aren't bad. Ryan, what do you think? What's your favorite uniform combo?
Yeah, TK stole the words right out of my mouth. My favorite uniform, but by far, is the brown jersey with the orange pants. Yeah, it'll always be the top for me. It just has that timeless look. It reminds me of good football. Like TK said, the Cardiac Kids era. Which I wasn't alive for. Sorry, Chad. Also, you mentioned Brian Stipe.
What do you think I was?
1980. That was also the only time a Browns quarterback ever threw for 4,000 yards in a season. So since 1980, Brian Stipe, he's the only one in Browns history to throw 4,000 yards in a season. I also really like the all brown color rush uniforms with the Matt Brown alternate helmet. I think that's really cool. I know. And then finally, I like the throwback white jerseys with the white pants. It might not pop on the field as much, but it resembles like Browns football when it was awesome. Back with Paul Brown, Jim Brown, Autogram. Back when being a Cleveland Brown actually meant something. So I like those as well.
Back when I was in my 50s. Yeah, I like the it makes me think of like the long big sleeves, right? Like not the tight like up around the shoulder pads. But yeah, I think you're right, TK. And Brian, I also like the Dude Brown. I like the Dude Wipes uniforms. It is what it is. But yeah, the brown jersey, orange pants. You're right. It's timeless, especially with the orange helmet. I think they do. TK, I think you're right. I think they do have one of the top 2 or 3 maybe uniform combos in the league. I know everybody gets fired up about no logo on the helmet or whatever. I don't know. I feel like no logo is better than forgetting to put a logo on the other side. Come on,
yeah, that makes it special.
Yeah, right. That makes it special. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. Now that you guys know our favorite uniform combos. Well, like I said, we'll take a quick break right here on the Inside Edge Network. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Listen, gas up the vehicle, get ready, grab the snacks. You know what's coming next. We're gonna go on a road trip around the NFL. All right. That's in 2 minutes right here on the Inside Edge Network. Sorry, TK, your head's still big. I apologize for that. It'll be all right. We'll be okay. We'll be back it is what it is. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Bear with us. And remember, a little bit later, you can predict the score. And if you're right, you have a chance to be on a segment of the show with us next week. So pay attention for that. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Forgot to unmute my mic. Hey guys, welcome back. We are on the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show, brought to you by LPV Productions. If you're just tuning in, we appreciate you. If you've been with us the whole show, we appreciate you more. No, I'm kidding. We appreciate you all. But listen, again, you guys know what time it is. It's time to go on a road trip around the NFL. We're gonna go around the NFL. So listen. First, let's start with the Thursday night game because a little bit of a surprise to me. Buffalo went into Houston. I'm sure we all expected Buffalo to go in and handle their business. The Texans won. Texans beat the Buffalo Bills 23-19. Davis Mills played pretty well for the third straight game for Houston. They've won 3 in a row now. Does Houston have a little bit of a Houston? We have a problem. Do they have a little bit of a quarterback problem all of a sudden? I mean, Ryan, do they go back to CJ Stroud? Do you stick with Davis Mills? What do you do now?
I mean, I would stick with CJ Stroud. I mean, as much as I like Davis Mills, I do think that CJ is more talented. I think Davis is more playing for another contract, probably to be another bridge quarterback. A lot of names has popped up: Mac Jones, Daniel Jones, maybe even Davis Mills, Jacoby Brissett. All these guys are playing for, new contracts, and I think that's what he's playing for mainly. Also, the Texans defense is they're the top defense right now in the NFL.
For sure.
A only allowing 258.1 yards per game and 19 touchdowns this year. Their defense is definitely carrying, but it helps that, finally their offense is playing complementary football. So,
yeah. I just wonder, TK, I don't know if how do you feel about this? But I mean, Davis Mills has all the struggles that CJ Stroud had. Like, all the roadblocks and hurdles, and he's playing decently. I mean, listen, he's not going out there and throwing for 400 yards and 5 times. Nothing crazy's happening. And like Ryan said, Houston has by far right now, at least the last few weeks, the best defense in the league. So what do you think? Is it just a product of the defense, or is it Davis Mills managing the game? I mean, I don't know. I think you still go back to CJ Stroud, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to give credit to both Davis Mills and that Houston Texans defense, but more so than anything, that Houston Texans defense is absolutely brilliant. You think of the star defensive end that they were able to get in the 2022 draft. I think that was 2023 draft, along with C.J. Stroud. They get Will Anderson Jr. From Alabama. He's been absolutely brilliant this season. Opposite of Daniil Hunter, they also have some backup reinforcements in Derek Barnett as well amongst that pass rush out there at Houston. Not to mention that their secondary is extremely good. Derek Stingley Jr. is one of my favorite corners, point blank, period. Jalen Petrie is an excellent nickelback. Caden Bullock is starting to show his behind more and more every week. Had 2 picks in the Thursday night game against Buffalo. I was not surprised one bit that the Texans were able to get this win at home in front of their fans. The Buffalo Bills have had their fair share of absolutely dubious damn losses this season, especially to the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. Neither one of those losses made absolutely any sense, not to mention that they blew a prime opportunity to beat the New England Patriots at home earlier this year. Yeah. So I definitely did not think it was above or beyond them to blow yet another primetime game. Especially against a great defense like the Houston Texans. And if you have a quarterback responsible like Davis Mills to know, hey, you are not the star of this franchise. You never have been and you never will. You better play within the confines of the game. Don't you screw it up for us. And that's exactly what he did. He managed the game well. That was probably the coolest 150-yard passing game that I had ever seen. I don't think I've seen anybody throw 3 touchdowns with that minimal amount of yardage. But Davis was able to do that.
With that pep talk, TK. I mean, yeah, don't go screw it up. I mean, who wouldn't be efficient out there, right?
yeah. But this game did not surprise me at all. I definitely took the under as well. As you guys have mentioned, Houston's defense is incredible. And just like I said, the goofy stuff with the Bills this season. Granted, they are still a very good football team. They are to be taken seriously. They are a confusing bunch. And this loss to a team that is trying to rebound, that is trying to figure themselves out, that's trying to make a push towards the tournament as well. And then you get them at home on a Thursday night. Wasn't no way in hell the Houston Texans would let that slip. They didn't.
Yeah, and listen, I've said this year, and I guess I'm wrong, that when the Bills run the football well, they tend to win. James Cook went for over 100 yards. He's got 1,000 yards on the season, 8 touchdowns, but they're still just so bizarrely up and down. It's a really weird football team.
Yeah.
I think that's strange. I don't know. All right, well, let's go around the NFL because that's what we're here for. Let's start with the team that wasn't smart enough to figure out how to put a logo on the other side of their helmet. The Steelers are going to be at the Bears today. Okay, Pittsburgh's at Chicago. I don't know what's really now.
Excuse me.
Am I correct in that Aaron Rodgers is not playing today? Correct. Old man Rodgers is not playing.
He's not playing.
Yeah, he's not. But that's okay. So the Bears are a 3-point favorite at home. New Soldier Field, not Soldier Field. Don't call it Soldier Field. It's not Soldier Field. Anyway, Steelers at Bears. Ryan, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about this one today?
This Steelers team sucks. I get they're 6-4, but I mean they're still one of the 28th ranked offense, 28th ranked defense. Aaron Rodgers, their starting quarterback, is playing. Mason Graham sucks. The running backs suck. DK Metcalf, who's supposed to be really good, is 27th in the NFL right now for receivers. He sucks. Johnny Smith, Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, they all could equal one really good tight end if they want all 3 playing at the same time. I really like this Bears team. This Bears offense is looking really, really electric. Their running game is what's honestly surprising me, I mean, the mix between Swift and Kyle Monagai is awesome. They're 4th ranked total offense right now. Their defense is suspect, but hey, they're still 1 rank better than the Steelers at 27. I really like Caleb Williams this year. Like I said last week, they have fortified his offensive line. They got him the necessary offensive weapons that he needed. Rome Odunze does look like a wide receiver 1, although he has hit and miss this year so far. Colston Loveland started to finally pick it up. I've got the Bears in this one. I think they're going to win pretty handedly.
Okay. Bears are a weird team to me. They're 7-3. They're in the driver's seat in that division, right? The Green Bay has the tie, which is weird. They're 6-3-1. But the Bears are also in first place while giving up more points than they've scored. They've scored 258 and given up 264. That's weird. That's an odd one, right? TK, go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, go ahead and give me the Bears in a close one. I do think with Rodgers not being in, it's going to be a huge indicator of what is to come for this game. I do not expect Mason Rudolph to be given the keys to, sling the football all over the yard. I do expect a little more of Jalen Warren and maybe even a Caleb Johnson sighting might happen this game. But I do have the Bears winning this one on a close one. Caleb Williams has been on a completely different level this season. Granted, he was very good as a rookie. I do think the play of him is counting more. It means more. He makes more timely plays that lead to winning. When he was 5-12 as a rookie, yeah, he made a lot of great plays. A lot of those great plays didn't necessarily contribute to winning. Now he's making those winning plays. The Bears are winning games. And they have a wonderful head coach running the show, making sure that all that gets cleaned up. They still have some errors of their own. There's still some goof ups that we need to clean up, right? We barely got away against the Minnesota Vikings not too long ago. That should have been far and away a W.
Yeah.
As terrible as J.J. McCarthy was that day, they should boo them boys the hell out. But they didn't. However, they did manage to get the win and get the job done. I do expect this to be a close one. Bears are going to get it done.
Yeah. Young quarterback learning to win in the NFL. For the Bears against Pittsburgh and their backup quarterback who literally looks like a movie villain. I don't know what's the mustache and the little thing, whatever. Looks like he's gonna pull a sword out and try to duel me. I don't care. Bears win. I think they'll keep it close, but I think the Bears do win. What else? Maybe the Steelers can run some kind of alternate form of the Wildcat and get Darnell Washington some snaps at quarterback. That'd be fun.
300-pound tight end.
That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
By the way, everybody on that.
Yeah. By the way, this week the Broncos, Dolphins, Chargers, and Commanders are off this week. So I meant to say at the top of it. Next game I want to go to. I think this is going to be Patriots at Bengals. Bengals are I should say the Patriots are a 7.5 point favorite on the road. I think it could be a long day in Cincinnati. I feel like the Patriots are just hitting their stride. I told you, beginning of the season, and like you said earlier, TK, the Bills had a prime chance before the Patriots really figured themselves out to win that game early on in the season. Didn't do it. Now the Patriots are looking really, really good. They've hit their stride. They're, they and the Broncos are in the driver's seat right now for that 1 seed in the AFC playoffs as far as that goes. I think this could be a really long day. Cincinnati's not very good at stopping the run. The Patriots seem to be figuring out their running game. TK, what do you think, man? Patriots at Bengals.
Give me the Patriots in a landslide. The Joe Flacco experiment was fun while it lasted, but let's face it, you guys are 3-7. You just lost to the Jets. Your season is over. Ain't no reason to bring back Joe Shiesty early at all.
Yeah,
you guys aren't going to do anything but disrespect him and get him hurt again. And you guys are going to go 4-13 next year. Just go ahead. Let the ride end. I think the Patriots will win this one pretty easily.
But if they win, TK, they double their playoff chances. They go up all the way to 2%. So you don't think they? No, probably not. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think the Patriots are going to dominate this game. Patriots look really good. Drake May is a top candidate right now for the MVP, and he could win it. It's crazy. Travion Henderson finally is coming to form, and it's right when they need him most with the playoff push. Stephon Diggs, still a top 15 receiver. Hunter Henry, not Travis Hunter. Hunter Henry.
We'll get Travis Hunter on our minds here.
Serviceable tight end. This Bengals team is so bad. So bad. Their offense has been a little better under Flacco. They went from worst to 23rd, but their defense is still the worst in the NFL. Flacco has been okay. Like TK said, Joe Burrow is smart. They kept him out this week. He should not be playing, especially when it doesn't mean anything. That with Jamar Chase being suspended a game for spitting on Jalen Ramsey. I think Drake May and Travion Henderson are a match made in heaven this week. Give me the Patriots to kill the Bengals.
What is with guys in the NFL or really in any level of what's Division I college football up? What's with guys spitting on other guys? I mean, you've got, 35, 40 cameras on you at all times. Especially when something like that happens, every camera goes to the action, right? And then you're going to spit on a guy and then try to deny. That's disgusting, first of all. Isn't it felonious assault? Whatever. I think the Patriots are going to feloniously assault the Bengals today in Cincinnati. I think they probably win in a blowout, which means the way it's been going this year for our picks, the Bengals will probably win 59-7. So it's fine. Whatever. Yeah, give me the Patriots. Giants at Lions. The Lions are a 13.5-point favorite at home. I don't even really know what there is to say about this one, Ryan. It's just Giants at Lions. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that spread's right. I mean the Giants, unfortunately, the loss of Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatteraboo, Jackson Dart's been in and out with concussion. He's questionable. I actually don't know if he's going to play today. I love James Winston, but he as much as he gives the offense, he also gives the defense. He's one of the greatest characters in NFL history, I think. But as far as a quarterback, he's a great backup quarterback. I love Jameis. Tyrone Tracy's not really that great. Their best weapon is Wan'Dale Robinson. He's past 20th in receiving. And this Lions team, although they are 6-4, they still also have a top 5 defense and a top 5 offense. They look really, really good. Jamar Gibbs, I mean, he is, without sharing the backfield, he is probably up there with, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan as one of the best top 3 in the league. And he's 6 right now currently. Amon-Ra St. Brown as a top 5 wide receiver. Jamison Williams, his last 3 games, he's played very, very well after struggling for the beginning of the season. I think the Lions, that spreads, you said 13.5. That's probably go higher than that. So
the Lions are the opposite of the Eagles. They don't have as many wins as you would think, looking at their numbers. And Jameis Winston is an equal opportunity distributor. He throws it to everybody on the field. He's just a happy guy, man. He loves everybody. TK, what do you think?
This needs to be a put our foot down game for the Detroit Lions. They've done enough goofy crap this season. As the Buffalo Bills, as we alluded to earlier. This should be an easy win. Granted, looking forward to another Jameis Winston version of the Harlem Shake. As egregious as that was, it was still pretty joyous to see him out there having fun, doing his thing, helping his football team. But at the same time, this Giants team is absolutely decimated. The spirit in that locker room has not gone away, but that personnel is massively limited, massively cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Detroit Lions in a big one today. Shouldn't be that much of a problem.
Yeah. All right. I got the Lions doing the Harlem Shake. All right, that's fine. Yeah, I think the Lions win this one. I don't think it's gonna be necessarily even that close of a game. I love Jameis Winston though. Man, he's just so much fun to watch. On the field, off the field, whatever. I mean, I hope that when he's done playing football, he permanently full-time has his own show. I'll watch Jameis Winston all day.
Eating those W's.
He's going to be at the preacher.
Man, right.
Once Kirk Cousins retires and buys his church, he's going to be the preacher.
Okay, that's fair too. That's fair. I'll go sit in a pew. Listen, where do we want to go next? Okay, Vikings at Packers. All right, the Packers are a 6.5-point favorite at home. We talked about how bad J.J. McCarthy's been, really bad. I think he's like the 36th ranked quarterback in the NFL right now. 34th. I was way off. Thank God we have. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm so old. I had a senior moment. I'm kidding. So Vikings at Packers. Packers are a 6.5-point favorite at home. Who did I start with last time? I think TK. I think it's you. Another senior moment, back to back. That's tough.
Let's see. Give me the Packers at home. The Vikings are an interesting team with a solid defense, decent offense as well. But like you guys alluded to earlier, and like I did as well, Quarterback position hasn't been all up to stuff. I still believe that the best quarterback on that roster is none other than Carson Wentz, and he is not available today. I do expect the Green Bay pass rush to get to J.J. McCarthy early and often, making things confusing, downright hellish even. The Packers.
Fair enough. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think J.J. McCarthy sucks. I don't like him at all. This Vikings team, 27th overall offense. Their defense is top 10, just ranking 10th, but their running game is non-existent. Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones combined still aren't doing that great. They're still, sub 30, sub 40 running backs. Jefferson, a top 2 or 3 receiver in this league is, 15th right now. He's underperforming because of quarterback play. This Packers offense looks really good. Josh Jacobs is not playing today, so it will be Emmanuel Wilson. But many think that Emmanuel Wilson could be a starter in this league if he, had the opportunities. I am one of them as well. I really like him a lot, and that's going along with their really good defense, 6th overall defense. Jordan Love looks relatively good. Their passing game isn't that great. They have a ton of weapons, but it's always a mixed bag of who's going to eat that day. Regardless, I do think the Packers win this game and bring the record to 7-3-1. So
fair enough. Yeah, they are. They're barely holding on in the NFC playoff picture right now. The Packers. I think they'll have a lot to play for. I think they get it done. I think they beat the Vikings today. I don't really trust JJ McCarthy to go out and win a game. I don't even trust him to not lose a game at this point. I just feel like he's blah, right? Just blah. Seahawks at Titans. Seahawks are a 13-point favorite on the road. This is another game. I don't even really know what to say about it. Ryan, just give me your pick on the Seahawks at the Titans.
I mean, Seahawks are going to win this game. It's clear. Their offense is electric. Sam Darnold, one of those guys last year who revitalized his career and earned a contract. Struggled a little bit last week, but he's still, middle of the pack quarterback with the best receiver in football right now, Jackson Smith-Njigba. Yep. Their defense is very, very good as well, top 10, along with their offense, which is 6th. I think they're going to run away from this awful offense for the Titans, who are the last in the NFL. Cam Ward, I like him, but he doesn't really have a coach. He doesn't have pieces around him. You're not going to succeed. It's actually sad. I feel bad for Cam Ward. You don't really feel bad for guys who are drafted 1st overall and have a crap ton of money, but whatever. In terms of football, I feel bad for him. Their rushing game is subpar. Their best receiver, Calvin Ridley, highest paid, has been hurt all year and now is on IR. The Titans are clearly playing for the draft next year. The Seahawks are going to win, and they have a quarterback, so they'll have a good opportunity whether to trade back or get another complementary piece to go along with their quarterback. So if the Browns keep on losing, I'm not afraid of the Titans being ahead of us. So
yeah, no, I think they can build without really messing up the Browns' plans too much there. TK, what do you think? I mean,
yeah, Seahawks are going to go ahead and win this one. Real quick, my heart goes out to those Tennessee Titans fans. Long gone are the days of the opening of Philadelphia Stadium, in which they went 8-0 in 1999. And Nissan Stadium has absolutely been a graveyard for the better part of the 2020s. So definitely a shout out to those fans out there. You guys got a long journey ahead of you. I do applaud all of you for staying the course. I understand that Cam Ward is going to be the quarterback of the future. Not really sure what happens to Mike McCoy going forward. But I do commend those guys for sticking the course and trying to make the best out of a horrible situation. But this is another game that the Seahawks should win very easily. And again, another shout out to Seahawks middle linebacker Ernest Jones for taking up first quarterback last week for his worst performance of the season.
Yeah.
We do expect great things out of Sam Darnold, but we do understand that Sam Darnold is not perfect. And for him to go up there and stick his neck out for his quarterback was definitely admirable.
Yeah, you love to see it.
Yeah, I agree.
Love to see it. Yeah, I think the Seahawks win this game as well. I think that's I think you could write that in with a Sharpie now at this point. Titans are, like you said, they're playing for the draft. They're whatever. Seahawks win this game. Okay, this is my favorite matchup of the week. It's a 1:00 kickoff. I can't believe it. First of all, it's a 1:00 kick. Arrowhead's a tough place to play, right? The Colts aren't going to go in as a favorite, but I feel like the Colts have a really, really good shot to end Kansas City. Colts at Chiefs. Kansas City's a 3.5-point favorite at home. Listen, man, I would not be surprised at all to see the Colts go in there and take care of business and knock the Chiefs effectively out of the playoffs. I don't know, TK, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts on this one. I'm not going with the Vegas stats at all. The Chiefs have been a liability all season long. Everyone just looks like they've taken a step back. Patrick looks like he's taken a bit of a step back. Travis Kelce looks old. Their offensive line looks a bit makeshift. It's not horrible, but at the same time, it's not as good as it used to be. You're trying to get big-time production out of guys like Tyquan Thornton. And it's not really working to their favor right now. They are 5-5. I do believe the loss to Denver basically nailed them in. I do think this is over. This dynasty is no more. I don't even think we'll see them in the playoffs. They very well may finish 7-10.
Okay.
Yeah,
you don't think okay. Are you saying that Travis Kelce does not look as swift as he once did?
Not in the least bit. Not in the least bit. That girl has zapped all his juices over.
Fair enough. That was a very tailored joke. Ryan, what do you think, man? Colts at Chiefs. Bro. I'm done. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm so done.
I'm with TK. Give me the Colts. I adore this Colts offense. I mean, they're the best offense in the NFL right now. Yep. Third best in rushing and in passing. So it's all around. This is a fantastic offense. Daniel Jones looks like he's going to make some money next year, brother. I don't know if it's going to be for the Browns, but he's going to make some money. Hopefully he'll just stay with the Colts. I like him there. Yeah. I think he's a great piece.
Fits really well. Yeah.
Top 10 quarterback, Jonathan Taylor. Absolutely phenomenal. World class this year. Also in contention for MVP. Their receiving core, even Michael Pittman's 11th. Tyler Warren, one of my Pookies, 4th overall tight end right now. I guess this Chiefs team, they have a good offense and a good defense. 7th and 7th. Mahomes still looks like Mahomes. Yeah. Kelce does look slow, but he's still the 3rd overall tight end right now. He's not awful, but he's getting fed. And I do think that Rashee Rice is a legitimate wide receiver 1. Their struggle lies within the running game, which is non-existent. Isaiah Pacheco, after his injury, is no longer, Isaiah Pacheco. Kareem Hunt is, almost older than Chad. And then
most.
No, I'm just kidding. And then Brashard Smith, rookie, promising rookie, I like, just is not getting the volume that is needed. I'm taking the Colts to beat the Chiefs and the refs all day. I think the Colts are going to win. So.
Fair enough. You can't have a 70-year-old man out there running the football. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
But look, the gray in the beard. I mean, look at it. I trimmed my beard today before the show, and I was like, Mike, every time I trim it, more gray comes out. So yeah, your comment's not off. You're not off point at all. I think. Listen, Arrowhead's a tough place to play. I would be worried more about the Colts if their offense wasn't so well tuned. I mean, they're just finely tuned right now. They're playing really, really well. They look cohesive. They look really good together. Crowd noise is crowd noise, whatever. I think the Colts shake it off, and I think they go in and get a win. Sorry, Ryan. All right.
I knew you were in trouble, bro.
One more time. You knew it. Yeah. As soon as I walked in. So, all right. Jets at Ravens.
Man, y'all better chill before y'all go out of style. Okay.
I knew it.
I have to get one too.
Hey, listen, if you're watching, comment your favorite Taylor Swift joke right now. First shot to be on the show next week. No kidding.
Her most recent album.
Do something. Jets at Ravens. Baltimore is a 13.5-point favorite at home. They've got the defense figured out. Lamar Jackson's back. Derrick Henry's playing pretty well. I don't really see the Jets going in and doing much. I think they've moved on from Justin Fields, which is a shame. I think Fields is a great dude. Just it hasn't really worked yet in the NFL for him, and that's okay. It's not easy, right? I forget who started the last one. I'm so old.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Ryan, I'm going to go to you. Jets at Ravens.
Yeah. This Jets team, they punted at the trade deadline. Let's be real. Yeah. They had a really, really good defense, almost top 10 defense. And then they traded away their 2 most important pieces on that team. Clearly punting. Something I seriously thought the Browns should have done regardless of cap hits. But nonetheless, you got to feel for Justin Fields. Like you said, Tyrod Taylor, I do like. He's a complimentary backup quarterback now starting. Yeah. The only good thing on this entire team is Breece Hall. It's unfortunate Garrett Wilson's on IR. A.D. Mitchell as their top target getter as a 120th overall receiver and just was a throw along in that trade. And rookie Mason Taylor is nothing right now as a tight end who I think is promising as well. This Ravens team is on, they're on an upcoming surge. 5-5 now after being, 2-3 5 for a while. Not very good. Lamar Jackson, he says, back. Derrick Henry looks good. We'll see if the receivers can take a hold of this game. Zay Flowers and DeAndre Hopkins. Mark Andrews looks better after having a slow start. Unfortunately, the Ravens are going to roll past the Jets pretty easily. I think they're going to end up winning the division here.
Yeah. A 1-5 start to a division win is wild.
Crazy.
And when you think about the Browns having the complete opposite luck in 2020, they went 11-5, which was third in the division. It's just wild. And the AFC North is weird. What do you think, TK? Jets at Ravens today.
Yeah, go ahead and give me the Ravens on this one. Now, I do expect to see some fight out of the New York Jets. Granted, this season has been punted publicly. This is a team that has somewhat of a spine still left. But I do expect the Ravens to do anything and everything that they aspire to do to get themselves in prime position to not only qualify for the tournament, but to qualify for yet another division crown. And, I definitely think this is starting step 2 into getting that. So, yeah, give me the Ravens at home.
Yeah, too much incontinuity on the offense for the Jets, and the Ravens' defense has just been too good over the last 4 or 5 games. Yeah, for sure. I think the Ravens win this one at home. Let's go Jaguar in our first 4:05 kickoff. Along with the Browns, they'll kick this one off at 4:05. Jaguars at Cardinals. Jacksonville's a 1.5-point favorite on the road. The Cardinals are I don't know, better with Jacoby Brissett playing at quarterback, right? TK, what do you think about this one? Jaguars at Cards.
Give me the Jaguars in a very tight one. I do expect the Cardinals to play spirited football. Like you said, they are much better with Jacoby Brissett under center by Kyler. Anyway, I do expect the Jacksonville Jaguars to commit to their turnaround that they are looking to build. They said from the beginning of the season, hey, our agenda is to get this team into the tournament and to see where we can go from there. There's a reason why they forfeited that first-round pick for next year. Hey, Cleveland, you guys are going to suck again. You might need this. So to be able to take a guy like Travis Hunter, get your future franchise star in there. Granted, he's on IR right now. Best wishes to him and a speedy recovery, complete recovery. But I do expect the Jacksonville Jaguars to take this game, move to 7-4, and continue to do the things necessary for them to qualify for a spot in the tournament as well. Starting to get down to the nitty-gritty, you guys. Teams got to start focusing up.
Yeah, we're getting there. Ryan, what do you think?
I am not going to pick the Jaguars because I don't want them to win.
You said you wouldn't? Yeah, you said all season.
I'm going to continue. I mean, they are 20th in offense and 20th in defense. Trevor Lawrence looks, very, very average, maybe below average. The only thing going for that team right now is Travis Etienne on offense. Brian Thomas Jr. is either hurt or not catching the ball. They traded for Jacoby Myers, but, you got Travis Hunter on IR. Brenton Strange, who is a promising tight end, is supposed to be coming back soon, but I don't think he's playing this week. This Cardinals team, Jacoby Brissett, the last 5 weeks he's played, has been a top 5 quarterback. He's been electric. Yeah. He's another guy who's playing for a starting position, a new contract. It's insane. Like I said, just the resurgence of this bridge quarterback who are turning into the starters in this league. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be out with appendicitis. Trey McBride is the only thing they need. He's gonna tear it up. He always is a top tight end in the league. I'm going to take the Cardinals to be here, and I'm being incredibly biased. I don't like the Jaguars, and I want our pick to be better. So go Cardinals.
Fair enough. I saw someone called Marvin Harrison Jr. injury prone
for appendicitis. That's insane.
Come on, stop. I don't know. I'm torn on this one because I don't want Jacksonville to win. They are the favorites. But listen, I think Jacoby Brissett has done a nice job answering the call of duty. Bye, Kyler. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think the Cardinals win this one at home. I really think they do. I think the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals in that one. So let's go to the Eagles, one of the most confusing teams in the league. But confusing, I guess, in a good way if you're an Eagles fan. They're not very good, but they keep winning. So that's fine. So it's going to be Eagles at Cowboys. That's going to be at AT&T Stadium. The Eagles are a 3-point favorite on the road. It's a 425 kick. Ryan, what do you think? Eagles at Cowboys.
Yeah, this should be a really fun game. Probably the second favorite matchup of the week behind the Colts and the Chiefs. But like you said, this Eagles team, they're 8-2, 25th best offense, 17th best defense. They are not good, but they continue to win. They continue to put in the end zone when it matters. Jalen Hurts is top 5 quarterback I think he's driving his receivers insane with the amount he's running the ball. But Saquon Barkley, top 10 running back. AJ Brown is the one in question who might go insane. He might turn into Antonio Brown here pretty soon and just walk off the field. Not the allegations he had last year.
Just the jersey removal, nothing else.
Yeah. Nonetheless, they continue to play well. This Cowboys, this offense is incredible, very, very good. CeeDee Lamb is already CeeDee Lamb, but George Pickens, what a dude's gonna make monster money, and it sounds like the Cowboys want to sign him themselves. Jake Ferguson, a top 2 tight end right now. Javonte Williams, another guy who it was questionable before the season if they're gonna draft again in the first round because they didn't know if they had a guy in the running back room. Dude's been a beast, absolute beast. This offense is great. That defense is garbage, so bad. I think this is going to be a fun matchup. I think both offenses are going to be electric. I'm going to choose the Eagles to win because they're one of the NFL darlings, and I don't think that they let them lose to the Cowboys. So,
fair enough. Yeah, Cowboys definitely going defense in the first round. TK, what do you think about this one?
This is a game where something has got to give. You have the middling Eagles offense, a terrible Dallas defense, but at the same time, Dallas has one of the best offenses in the world. If we want to be real about it, and Philadelphia's defense is also all worldly. This is just a game where something has got to give. I'm going to take the Eagles, but I will not be surprised if both A, this game is close, and B, if the Cowboys get it done in front of their home crowd. However, give me Philadelphia.
Fair enough. I'm going to take the Eagles in this one as well. I think the Cowboys are going to score some points, but I was just thinking about I wanted to make a joke about the line being a tush push. When's the last time you saw an even up line in the NFL? We don't do that anymore, do we? It's weird. Got to have all the betting stuff going on. Give me the Eagles in this one. I think they find a way to win just the way they have always. But it's going to be like a weird game. I think it could be like
something weird's going to happen.
Yeah, it feels like a just the Eagles explode on offense could be like a 42-38 because that Cowboys defense is really, really bad. And it's like the faster they score, though, that means the quicker they have to give the ball back. So, I don't know. Give me the Eagles. Whatever. Falcons at Saints. Wow. You've got the Saints right now at a 1.5-point favorite at home against the Falcons. That feels weird to me a little bit, but whatever. TK, what do you think? Falcons at Saints?
Another game that's going to be very close. I do have the Falcons winning this game. I do expect the Saints to keep it close. Mm-hmm. I do believe that the loss in Berlin to the Colts really put a damper in the Falcons' season. They very well may be punting on their year as well. But you got a lot of guys in there that are fighting for jobs. Obviously, Raheem Morris wants to remain the coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins is going to be getting the start today for an injured Michael Penix. We're going to see what he still has left in the tank. So, there are a number of issues that are going on with the Atlanta Falcons. I still think that overall this team is better, and they should come out with a very tight, close victory against this young and up-and-coming Saints team. Look out for Tyler Shuck, though. He should have a pretty good game today.
Yeah, hasn't played bad. Hasn't played badly at all. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Saints in this one. I do like this Falcons team. Their offense should be electric on paper. They should be one of the best. Bijan is still a top 5 back. That it's going to be his game. Penix, like he said, is not out. He's on IR. He's going to be out at least 6 months with a torn ACL. Drake London's out as well, and he's a top 5 wide receiver this week. So the wide receiver one is going to be Darnell Mooney, and that dude sucks. Darnell Mooney is trash, guys. Sorry. Kyle Pitts is okay, average. It's going to be the Bijan Robinson show today for the Falcons. This Saints team, although their offense isn't that great, their defense is still top 10. I think Chris Olave is going to have a good game this week, and that's about it. I think it'll be pretty close. Unless Bijan takes over, then it's going to be heavily favored in the Falcons. It's going to be solely on Bijan, I think. But for right now, no Michael Penix, no Drake London. I'm going to go with the Saints. So.
Fair enough. I don't know. I really want to pick the Saints at home because, like you said, the Falcons, they're just decimated right now. But if Bijan Robinson has a nice game, 25, 30 carries, 150 yards, you never know. Get some time of possession going on. Keep the ball away from Tyler Shuck and whoever they have on offense over there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure. Give me the Saints, whatever. Okay, the Sunday night game on Peacock and on NBC, Tampa Bay at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are a 7-point favorite at home. I don't think Baker Mayfield is an MVP candidate anymore. That's okay. Still having a nice season. The Buccaneers, we talked about it. They've just been decimated by injuries as well. I don't know. I guess I'll start with you, Ryan. Buccaneers at Rams. What do you got?
Yeah, Baker, he's falling out of that MVP race for sure. Their running game has not been good. Sean Tucker looks phenomenal lately. Last game he looked really good. I think he should have been the serviceable backup behind Bucky Irving to begin with, but they went with Rachaad White just because White has more playing time. I think White is incredibly inefficient, and now it shows for sure. When Bucky comes back, I think he will be the starter again. But Sean Tucker looks good. Emeka Buka. He's started off very strong. I still think he probably wins the offensive rookie of the year. He's been having hit and miss games here and there, but when he's on, he's on. He's still a top 10 receiver. Chris Godwin is going to play today for the first time in forever, so that's good at least. So there'll be another guy out there to take the defense's attention away from Emeka Buka. I really like this Rams team. I mean, their offense is one of the best in the NFL. Matthew Stafford, top 10. Carroll Williams, top 10. Puka Nacua, top 10. Devontae Adams, top 10.
Yeah.
The defense is 13th overall. I do love this Buccaneers team. I usually would pick them. Until they're fully healthy or close to it, though, I can't expect them to win against a top team in the NFL like the Rams. I'm going to take the Rams here.
Fair enough. TK, what do you think?
I'm going to take the Rams in this one. The Buccaneers kind of have a Billy Ocean situation going on. The going has gotten a bit tough, and the tough have gotten going as far as their hit to their personnel injury-wise. Losing guys like Bucky Irving, Rachaad White, Mike Evans is obviously gone. Granted, you got Luke Godecki back. Very nice to see him back in the fold. You still got some gaps on that offensive line that you got to work around. Tristan Wirfs has been in and out of the injury report as well. It's just a lot of shake and rattle going on, and it's not going their way so far. Rams are a really good team. The Rams are at home this week, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so even more ammunition for them to go ahead and get the job done. I'm going to take the Rams.
Yeah, I was just looking at the playoff picture. In the NFC, and the Eagles and the Rams are in the driver's seat. The Bears are right there at 7-3. But man, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to pick the Buccaneers. I have a weird. I think Tampa Bay gets it done this week.
I don't think it's crazy. It can happen.
It's not so crazy.
The offense is electric. So
yeah, they seem to be so up and down. This feels like an up week. I think Sunday night game. I think Baker Mayfield loves the spotlight, right? He loves like the bright lights, the night games, whatever. I think they go in and get it done. Regardless of the injury situation and everything else, I think Tampa Bay wins this one. One last matchup. We've got the Monday night game. It's a little bit of a stinker, I guess. Whatever. You got Carolina at San Francisco. The 49ers are a 7-point favorite at home. It's going to be you can get tickets as low as $99. That just popped up. So if you're going to go, there you go. You can get tickets for under $100. TK, what do you think, man? We got Carolina at San Francisco on the Monday night game.
First and foremost, Mike, my sincerest apologies to one shrimp fried Bryce for shutting me the hell up last week. 448 passing yards and 3 touchdowns against the Atlanta Falcons. I understand he sees them in their sleep, and he probably shanks them all in a Grim Reaper type fashion. But at the same time, that performance was amazing. I'm very sorry that I doubted you so soon. But those stat lines were starting to look very Justin Fields-esque, and I really didn't know which way to go. Back to the game, however. This is a game that I expect to be down to the wire, very hard fought. I do think the San Francisco 49ers are a good football team. However, I just think the trajectory in which the Carolina Panthers are on right now serves them better in this game. I do think they pull off the upset on Monday Night Football. I think that defense comes with it. I don't expect 450 yards again from Shrimp Fried Bryce, but I do expect a solid performance nonetheless. Obviously, more of Teteroa McMillan, more of Mitchell Evans and Tommy Tremble, who were both solid in the win against the Atlanta Falcons not too long ago. This offensive line is starting to pick up well, too. You think Cade Mays was finally brought to be the center that the Carolina Panthers had needed. Maybe they had overstepped their boundary with Austin Corbett at the beginning of the season, but he is back in the fold and has played well ever since. I do believe the cohesion of that offensive line is going to be important against a very ravenous San Francisco pass rush. But I think the Carolina Panthers can get it done. First Monday night game, and how long? Y'all better show out.
Hey. All right. Brian, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Panthers here. I mean, their offense has struggled at the beginning of the year, but last week they looked so good. Ted McMillan, 8 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns last week versus Atlanta. Week after week I talk about Ted, and I love Ted McMillan, first of all, but I think he's a complete receiver, but it's either every week he gets the yards or he gets the touchdowns and never combined. And this week he finally combined them both. Had one of the best dominant games this year. Caught the game-winning touchdown late. Very, very good game. And Bryce Young looked phenomenal. This 49ers team is really good. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey is going to get his. The question lies in the receiver room. Everyone's hurt, and even when they're not hurt, I mean, Ricky Pearsall finally came back last week, 2 targets, 1 catch, 0 yards, and he's supposed to be their wide receiver 1. Juwan Jennings is a sub-40 receiver. Kendrick Bourne, who's in there now, 50th, second overall. And then George Kittle, he's looking better, looking good. The last couple weeks he's been playing well. He's still the 20th overall tight end. Obviously, that's, front-loaded with all of his injuries and missed games. He should be a little better. But, their only offensive weapons right now are Kittle and McCaffrey. That's saying, not saying only. They're some of the best in the league. But I love Ted McMillan. He's officially on my Pookie list for fantasy football. The guy's a star. I think he continues, against a bad 49ers defense, who ranked 25th overall. I'm taking the Panthers to win this game.
Okay, fair enough. Give me the Niners at home. I'm going to take the Niners. I don't really have a ton of analysis because we got 20 minutes to get out of here, so you guys can go check your official Commissioner's Couch fantasy lineups. But thank you for going around the NFL with us. We're going to take a 2-minute break on the Inside Edge Network. We will be right back. Again, give us 120 seconds. We'll be back.
Love that graphic.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show. Again, we're brought to you by LPV Productions. Let's just get right into it. We've got about 15 minutes left to get you out of here so you can go check your fantasy lineup. So, guys, I want to ask you, with Shedeur Sanders making the start today, I mean, do you expect the offense to look any different? And if so, in what way? I mean, is the play calling different? Is the scheme? Are they more effective? TK, how do you feel? I mean, quickly, let's try to get through these so we can get to the end of the show. And by the way, if you're watching and you want to be on a segment of the show with us, start commenting your score predictions now. Make your score predictions. Let's see them now. because we're gonna hustle through these last 15 minutes. So let's see your score predictions, and we'll get you on the show if you get it right. Go ahead, TK. I'm sorry.
All right. Everything in this offense needs to look different. I definitely need to see more of the intermediate deep ball being displayed. It doesn't mean you go out there and, uncork the ball 20 times, on 50-yard plus throws. It's not what I mean. What I mean is we need more intermediate to deep routes. We need the 15 to 20-yard plays. You sometimes need the 10-yard plays. We don't need the 4 or 5 yard check down every other play. We don't need to keep passing the ball behind the line. We look like we're running a high school offense out there most of the time with Dillon, because I honestly don't think they trust him. They love the hell out of him, but they don't trust him. Otherwise, you would have him do a myriad of throws every game that actually give you some type of tangible, like, okay, this is tangible progress that we have. We got something here. We can make this offense elite. That hasn't been there. That needs to be there today, especially against the horse crap defense that is the Las Vegas Raiders. And if it ain't, we're going to have problems.
Yeah. Hey, Max Crosby's slowed by a sore knee, so there's that as well. Ryan, what do you think? I mean, how do you feel like the offense? What do you feel about the offense? How are they going to look today?
I mean, it should look different with Shador playing at quarterback. Shador offers sharper deep ball precision, stronger pocket presence, a knack for creating plays on the fly, contrasted with Dylan Gabriel, who's like more rhythm driven, built around short and mid range timing. If the Browns want to win with Sanders under center, their offense will have to move away from Gabriel's quick release, West Coast play style, and plan to run a more vertical style offense that leans on pocket stability, forcing changes in blocking assignments, route design, and just overall pace in general. Shador is an accurate mobile pocket passer that allegedly can thrive under pressure, while Gabriel's quick processor allegedly excels with the short intermediate routes. The problem that I see with Shador, very like negative 2 yard short. The problem I foresee with Shador is the major possibility that on any given offensive play he'll be running for his life. Because we have such we have parking cones as offensive linemen, to be honest. He has to be protected and feel comfortable in that pocket. And if he doesn't, he'll try to improvise and start to run backwards to do it. If he doesn't break that habit of running backwards, the NFL career will be short-lived. He's got to stop doing it. Shador holds the ball longer, and as he goes through his progression, and waits for receivers to run longer routes to get their spot. It's critical that the offensive line can do their job properly and give it enough time to go through the progressions. They can reinforce pass protection by using Quinshot and Harold Fannin as chip blockers. The offense will have to change a lot to support Shador for sure. So will it be successful?
I don't know if they have the wide receivers to do it, but it feels like Shador could run like a levels type of an offense, a bunch of mesh routes. I feel like he's accurate enough. Big enough to see the field and able to make those throws downfield. I feel like that would be maybe beneficial for him, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I think it's going to look different. I think the scheme is going to be different. I think they come out and look pretty good on the first possession.
They always do, though.
I was going to say, which is typical under Kevin Stefanski. But then when he's got to go, off the cuff, it goes awry really, really quickly. And so we're going to hear a lot of this today. We're going to see it on social media. If he comes out on the first possession, doesn't do well, we're going to see a lot of boo birds, right? You're not necessarily going to hear him at Vegas, but you're going to see the post on social media. Get him out of there. He's done. He's a joke. I've seen people call him a joke. I don't get it. Why do fans argue about who plays quarterback? Right, guys, should we just want the Browns to win? Why do we do this? Why do you pick a guy and ride it? Well, that's not, maybe not. Don't say that. But why do you pick a quarterback and go so hard and say, oh, the other guy's a bust, whatever. Ryan, why do people do this? And how do we stop? I mean, I don't want to hear this anymore. I don't want to hear this argument. I just want the orange and brown team to win. That's what I want.
The Browns fans want the team to win, and that's why we fight and argue about who the starting quarterback is. It's only natural when your team spends $230 million on Deshaun Watson, and when it fails, they throw together the slop who, were the 3-14 2024 Browns, then try to, patch a bullet hole with a Band-Aid in hopes that, they get lucky with Dylan Gabriel and, in the third round and Shador Sanders in the fifth round. Yes, Browns fans want to win, and as long as there is uncertainty at the most important position on the field, there's going to be arguments. Honestly, unless we stumble upon a top 5 quarterback in Shador, this is going to continue to happen. Browns fans are gonna, have been going through this since 1999. We also were at each other's throats when we had a guy who was winning us games and took us to our team to the playoffs in Baker Mayfield. He's probably the most successful Browns quarterback in this Browns team since Bernie Kosar. Prayers up to Bernie. A good quarterback on this team can change that in a heartbeat. But this Browns front office has shown time and time again that they're incompetent. I'm afraid that the Browns fans will be doing this for a very long time, maybe the rest of our lives, because they still can't find that quarterback. So
I tried to pay attention to some social media posts from around the league, like just other teams. And even when you have a good quarterback, I've seen some things about Jared Goff. I've seen some things about Matthew Stafford. You're right, it happens. You bring up a lot of good points, but TK, should we be ready to proclaim? Should we have fans proclaiming a guy to be a bust after 16 passes in the NFL? Is that fair?
No, it's not fair, but a lot of people have no lives and no interest in getting one. Yeah. So a lot of that just comes into just needing to have something to duke on for the time being while we figure things out. But at the same time, it's like, listen, Ryan put it perfectly. We fight amongst each other because we want to win. Yeah, that's really the main reason that we want. That's the main reason why we do it is because we want to win. Yeah, that is the number one reason behind it. Anything else after that is neither here nor there. Granted, you got guys that like certain players and want to see certain players succeed. Yeah. At the end of the day, if you are deep enough into this hoopla that is being a Cleveland Browns fan, you don't give a rat's ass who's going to be out there under center. You want that dub at the end of the game. You want all that Jack Daniels and Jameson that you pounded for the last 3 hours to actually mean something. There's no reason for me to go into work pissed drunk with my head hurting because you guys lost by 30 again, doing some shit you know damn well you ain't had no business doing now. Yeah. So if we go out here and do the right thing and win this game, I guarantee you all of that divided talk, it'll cease for a little bit until something else stupid happens.
Right. Fair enough. Shout out to TK's employer, who I hope is not watching. All right, let's just move on. Let's move on. Let's get the Browns' keys to victory. What do they got to do? What do they need to do to pick up a win today? TK, tell me.
Well, first of all, we got to let 12 be 12. Let him throw the football, not necessarily throw it all over the yard. I don't mean go out there and go 50 attempts in the first 3 quarters. That's not what I'm saying, man. Just give the kid some throws to where he could not only show his talent, but sufficiently move this Browns offense into the right direction. Now, all that doggone ballet he be doing, he needs to cut that out now. All that spinning and can-on and pliing in the pocket, cut it out, son. It's time to start stepping up and ripping that football. I know you didn't do that a ton at the University of Colorado, but I have seen you play enough, and I know you are capable of doing so. Time to start stepping up in that pocket and let things rip. Secondly, do not let Geno Smith have a career resurgence game today. He has been absolutely terrible this year with 12 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Man, that man has broken my heart. Eugene Cyrus Smith III, I'm very upset at you, sir. Anyway, we got to keep this defense leveled. Ashton Jeanty could not get anything done on the ground versus the Dallas Cowboys on that Monday Night Football game. I was extremely shocked. And third and most importantly, speaking of Ashton Jeanty not getting that done, you need to bully the absolute piss out of this offensive line. Going from left to right, we have Stone Forsythe, Dylan Parham, Jordan Meredith, Alex Kappa is back in the fold, and DJ Glaze. Son, if we do not have at least 5 sacks in this game, if we do not at least have 5 sacks in this game, ain't no way in hell you're going to sit here and tell me Stone Forsythe could block Myles Garrett. I don't think he can touch Isaiah McGuire. Stop it. We need to get on this offensive line early and often. I don't want Ashton Jeanty doing anything. I don't want Geno Smith to have the time to process a single thought. I don't even want him to remember how old he is by the time this game is over.
I forget how old I am. It's hard to count all the years. It's hard.
It's ridiculous. Now, as if that offensive line in Las Vegas wasn't already David Ruffin and the Temptations-esque already with just Colton Miller in that left tackle position. it has gotten even worse now that he is hurt. We must take advantage of that weak link. I understand these are 2-8 teams going at it. This should be the worst game on schedule, on slate for this week, by far. However, we need to make this a blast of an opportunity for ourselves, and this defense better get after it today.
TK, I appreciate you going deep into your playlist. I appreciate you going deep into your ballet knowledge. I'm going to releve over to Ryan. Ryan, tell me what the Browns have to do to win, man.
Yeah, I mean, efficient quarterback play is the first thing. Shedeur Sanders is the key variable for the Browns if they want to win this game. His ability to manage the game, minimize mistakes, and convert plays is pivotal. Pivotal. I cannot.
Words are
Dude, hard. Protecting the quarterback and sustaining drives through short passes and checkdowns, and compensate for his lack of starting experience. That should open things up for him to throw some bombs down the field as well. Something we haven't seen from Dylan Gabriel at all this year. Secondly, have an opportunistic defense to secure an upside against the Raiders. Cleveland's defense must capitalize on turnovers, limit big plays. First force errant throws by Geno Smith, who has struggled tremendously this season. Tackle quickly on open field opportunities will be critical as well, especially when considering the Raiders' recent success of all-time series. They have home time advantage. The Raiders have won the past 5 meetings against the Browns. 4 were one-possession games and 1 game win in overtime. The Browns haven't won against the Raiders since 2014. A disciplined defense can disrupt the Raiders' rhythm and create scoring chances for the Browns to win to change that. And then thirdly, just have offensive balance and run game dominance. The Browns benefit from controlling the clock and establishing the running attack. They have to get Quinshon Judkins going in this game. They have to. He has struggled to be more consistently effective since week 5. Since week 5, he's rushed the ball 85 times for 273 yards and 3 touchdowns. All 3 of those touchdowns were against Miami. He hasn't had any since then. He's been averaging 3.07 yards per run since week 5 as well, compared to averaging 5 yards per carry before week 5. Successful running plays will not only relieve pressure from Shedeur Sanders in his first NFL start, but also keep the Raiders' offense off the field. Maintaining a balanced attack between ground and aerial strategies is essential to manage tempo and exploit defensive gaps. So,
yeah, I almost wonder if he's a little banged up, but. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go the quick route and say they're going to have to score more points than the Raiders to pick up the win today. That's all I got. Ryan, give me the Raiders' keys to victory. Turn right around, and I'm going to. Oh, sorry, let you get your drink. Take your drink.
You're good. Protect the quarterback and minimize turnovers. Geno Smith needs time to operate the offense safely, as turnovers could swing momentum in favor of the Browns. Avoiding sacks and interceptions while maintaining ball security is critical for sustaining drives and keeping the Browns' defense off the field. That's what they need to do. Geno has struggled tremendously this season, 24th overall quarterback after 11 weeks, and the offensive identity of the Raiders is non-existent. He also already has been sacked 31 times in 11 games this season, matching the amount that he was sacked in the entire 2023 season with the Seahawks.
Hello, Myles Garrett.
Not good. Yeah. Number 2 goes in the next point. Contain Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is a constant threat to disrupt the Raiders' defensive game. Successfully limiting his impact on Geno Smith is critical for the Raiders' offense. This may involve strategic blocking schemes, quick release passes, or additional protection with tight ends and running backs. But if I'm being honest, I don't think a damn thing's going to matter too much. There are only 2 other NFL offensive lines that are worse than the Browns this season. It's the Chargers and the Raiders. The Raiders have a worse ranking offensive line than the 30th ranked Browns offensive line.
Yeah.
The record is 22.5 sacks in a season held by Michael Strahan in 2021 and TJ Watt in 2021. Myles has 15 sacks in 7 games left, and he has to get 8 sacks to beat it. He's going for that record, especially since his rival and TJ Watt owns part of it. I think that he puts together a huge chunk of sacks to go towards that record today. It only makes sense. This is one of the worst remaining offensive lines the Browns will face this season. Myles Garrett is going to be a menace today. It's up for the Raiders to figure out how to slow him down. I don't think there's really going to be a way, though. Then thirdly, capitalize on Cleveland's mistakes. Forcing errors by Shedeur in his first NFL start is in converting those errors into points is going to determine a tightly contested game today. Raiders special teams red zone efficiency and defense takeaways must be maximized to exploit the opportunities by the Browns. They have to force situations where mistakes are more likely, pressure Cleveland into second and long, use draws, misdirection runs to lure linebackers, and as great as Carson Swester is, he's still a rookie linebacker. Try to get him out of position, and then employ screens to exploit aggressive pass rushers like Myles Garrett. All of this with the goal to increase turnover opportunities, obviously. So
Fair enough. Yeah, listen, the Browns defense doesn't travel well, but like you said, the Raiders offensive line's terrible. Geno Smith's been sacked a bunch. TK, what do the Raiders have to do to win this game today?
That's got to be the number one thing on your mind right now, especially since we've already mentioned Colton Miller not being available for this game. The adjustments along that offensive line are going to have to be something of an anomaly. Both of those two tight ends that you got out there catching all them passes and carrying on, they're going to have to do a little bit of blocking today. Brock Bowers going to have to get his nose dirty. Michael Mayer's going to have to get his nose dirty. Ian Thomas should see a bulk of snaps as an extra tight end to give some help over there to whichever tackle is going to be against Myles Garrett, whether that be Stone Forsythe or DJ Glaze. I do expect some of their rookies to be involved in these adjustments as well. You think about Charles Grant and Jacob Rogers, their picks from this year's draft, 4th and 5th round guys. Yeah, they're going to have to empty out the entire treasure chest against this Cleveland Browns defensive line. Secondly, Geno, snap out of it. What the hell are you doing? Why so bad all of a sudden? Now, I understand this is not the greatest situation in the world. Your offensive line is trash, which goes down and trickles the production of your rookie running back, who's a solid young player, has had a decent start to the season, but hasn't had much magic as of late. You still have good young players in Brock Bowers, who is the best tight end in the National Football League. Michael Mayer, who we just mentioned. Trey Tucker has been an absolute beauty of a deep threat since being in silver and black. You also have young guys like Dante Thornton and Jack Beck II that you rarely use within your offense. Time to empty out that treasure chest, and it's time for Eugene Cyrus Smith III to start acting right. It's time for you to start acting like you know who you are, sir. Because we know who you are.
Yeah, he's in the facility right now watching, going, TK, I've been sacked 31 times, man. What do you mean? What's going on with me? What do you mean? I got the controller upside down. I don't know where the buttons are. I'm used to PlayStation. I'm playing Xbox. I don't know what's happening, man. Not playing super well. I don't know. I think the Raiders just, again, need to contain Myles Garrett. That's the biggest one. You gotta find a way to attack this Browns defense, because with the terrible offensive line, it's a nightmare when you're gonna see a guy like Myles Garrett. So we'll see. Guys, give me your score prediction. I'm gonna start with you, TK. What do you think?
Gonna go out on a limb on this one and say that we actually go ahead and pull the W out. Give me Cleveland 28, Oakland 21, Las Vegas 21. Sorry.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's hard not to say Oakland. I almost typed Oakland a few times in my notes.
They belong in Oakland. Man,
I know. It's the I was mad when they went to Los Angeles. I was like, this is weird. And then when they went back to Oakland, I'm like, finally, we're back. And now they're in Vegas. Right. Whatever. They'll probably end up in Memphis before.
I get Oakland's broke, so whatever.
Yeah, Oakland is
Brokeland.
Brokeland. There you go. Not Jokeland, though. Not Jokeland. What'd you say the score? I'm sorry. What was your prediction?
28. Cleveland 28. Vegas 21.
Okay, fair enough. We've got almost one person in the comments that wants to be on the show next week. So almost one. We're almost to one. Maybe one of you guys can be on the show next week if you get the score right. Ryan, what do you think? Actually, if you get the score wrong, you're off the show. How about that?
Oh gosh.
No, not do that.
I'm gonna say the Raiders are gonna win this game. Despite I think Myles Garrett's gonna have 3 sacks. I think Shador is gonna look good but fall short. Browns go 2-8 with help. Browns go 2-8 will help with securing a higher first round pick. I'm going that right now. I don't care about winning this game. I want to lose, get a better draft pick. I'm around at that point of the season. So. Yeah.
Vegas is at home. The Browns defense doesn't play super well on the road. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Myles Garrett have 3.5 sacks and for the Browns to lose this game 27-13. I guess is my score. I don't mean to keep picking against the Browns, but how do you not pick against the Browns, man? It's tough to not. It's tough to not do it. Listen, guys, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Remember to follow us on social media. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter or on X, whatever we're calling it now. You can go follow our Facebook page. I mean, we're all over social media. So give us a follow. Make sure you're always notified when we're going live. Be sure to watch the Commissioner's Couch as well. Be sure to watch Illegal Formation. All the shows on the Inside Edge Network are amazing. All the hosts are very, very talented. Got a lot of, just a lot of great talent on this network. So please check it out, and just appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next Sunday. Enjoy the 405 kick. Enjoy some good football before you have to watch the Browns later on. At least you'll see a newer stadium. That's fun. Go ahead.
Thanksgiving is next week, right?
Thanksgiving, yeah. Please have a good Thanksgiving. I was going to get that too. I almost forgot. Have a great Thanksgiving. I was going to ask you guys, Ryan, TK, and I talked about it a little bit yesterday. I was going to ask you what your favorite Thanksgiving sides were. Give me 2 sides and a dessert before we get out of here, real quick, Ryan.
Green bean casserole, homemade, number 1. I'm a chef. I'm a former chef, so I cook everything homemade. Green bean casserole and mashed potatoes, bro. And then dessert. I don't really eat desserts too much, but homemade pumpkin pie is bomb. So
okay, fair enough. I every year I make the mashed potatoes.
Sweet potato pie too is bomb too. So
sweet potato pie sounds so good. Okay, it always comes back to food. I'm tired of talking about food with you guys. I'm hungry. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Listen, guys, almost 200 of you guys. We appreciate you. Go watch some NFL football and then watch the Browns and play the Raiders. And we'll see you next week on the show. Thanks, guys. We'll see you. Bye-bye.